is Derek, and I'm the guy with the bow tie. You just wouldn't believe how many takes it takes to get this right. But in today's episode, we're going to be looking at the top 10 lowest paying careers for bachelor degree holders. So, before we get to the video, if you could please like and subscribe, it'd really help out with the YouTube algorithm. So, without further ado, let's get to it. All right. So these are the top 10 lowest paying jobs for college graduates according to ChatGPT. Remember, this video was filmed in May of 2023. I hope these rankings change, 5-10 years from now, because I don't think the bottom of this list, and I'll call it the ball in the barrel because that's what it is, I don't think this job should be viewed as the lowest paying job. We need as a society to put more emphasis on this particular job, which we'll get into. So I do hope as a society we change our values, and that way the bottom can now become the top of this list in the very near future. So where is all this information coming from? I got this information from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. I also got this information from ChatGPT by just doing a general search on ChatGPT. So that's where I got my data from. So here's a quick recall from the top 10 highest paying bachelor degrees. Should come as no surprise that Computer Information Systems Manager came in and with a median salary of $151,000. At the bottom of this list was Management Consultant, coming in at around $88,000. What I'd like you to know is, there's such a discrepancy with this list that I had to go over the lowest paying bachelor degree programs out there. And the reason why I made this video in particular is if you are a high school student, if you're wanting to go back to school, you have to make a decision based on what is the right decision for yourself and the right decision for your family. So if you are the sole provider of your family, or you're even a two-family situation, you and your family have to be able to decide, can you, afford a certain lifestyle, with the type of compensation that you're going to be getting. It's better to actually get this information when you're in high school or before you get to the point of, getting that degree, going out in the workforce, and then being surprised. So what I like to do is hopefully, you're not surprised by, the next numbers that you're going to see. So here are the top 10 lowest paying bachelor degree majors based on median annual wages from highest to lowest. Exercise science came in at $57,000. Teacher education came in at $45,200. The lowest one on this list, it really surprised me because I had very good elementary school teachers when I was in elementary school, was early childhood education. Let me know if you're surprised by the median annual wage of $32,000 for this particular position. I was very surprised by it. Let me know in the comments. A lot of these positions are very crucial to our society. So, I believe that we have to change the way that we value these positions, just due to the fact that, our society as a whole, I'm specifically talking in the United States, we need to change our values. Otherwise, we will fall behind, internationally, in the very near future if this is the way that we value these positions. We have drama and theater arts, coming in at $50,000, teacher education, $45,000, social work, $41,000. So really important jobs to society here. So what I did then next was I thought about this idea. What if you didn't have to go into debt? Going to school, not everyone can get scholarships. Not everyone is going to have their parents pay for their college or university tuition and fees. So I just wanted to give you, if you're looking at this video, 10 jobs that typically do not require a bachelor's degree, nor they do require vocational training. Not to say that, you wouldn't get any training on any particular one of these, career positions or opportunities, but this is just what ChatGPT gave me. So are you surprised that sales representative for wholesale or manufacturing has a median annual wage of $63,000? Now that one didn't really surprise me. I'm in the research. I've been in scientific I've been in science since, for the past 20 years. So that doesn't really surprise me because, the way that instruments cost, that kind of makes sense to me. Here are some other positions. Library assistant, 31,720. Bank teller, 31,450. Administrative assistant, all very important jobs. I'm not, these are all very good paying careers. And what I want you to know about these particular opportunities is, let's just say I went out of high school, I didn't want to go to college. Now I'm making the same amount of money as an elementary education teacher, and I don't have the college debt that person has. And we're going to see that someone going to school for elementary education can easily be $100,000 in debt after they pay their tuition and fees and their living expenses. So I'm from Dubuque, Iowa originally. They have a very good education system there. I respect my teachers there that I went to school. I went through K through 12 there. Very good. But what I'd like you to notice is, why are they only getting paid $38,225, with a bachelor's degree, and they start them off at step 2. And then you go through the different steps, and even at the highest step with step 12, with a master's degree and 45 credits beyond the master's degree. So that means, you have your bachelor's degree, you get a master's degree, and then you take credits beyond the master's degree. So typically maybe someone with a PhD or EDD, education doctorate degree. The maximum amount of compensation they're going to get as far as financial compensation is $67,250, and that's at the end of their career. So hopefully we can see these numbers change. The job outlook, though, that's something that you should consider. Job outlook is very good. There's 120,000 openings. That means, if you go into this major, you're more likely going to get hired. But this number is kind of concerning to me. This data comes from the Pew Research Center. Back in the early 70s or mid 70s, we were graduating 176,000, education degrees for, elementary education, middle school, and high school. That number has decreased down to 85,000. So what that tells me is, classrooms are going to become bigger. And that's not necessarily a good thing either. We want smaller class sizes because then, your child will get more individual attention. And that's something that, you would, as a parent, want your child to get. And we have a decrease going down. Not necessarily a very good thing. I don't like this trend, but, these are the numbers I'm presenting you, the numbers that are here. So when you decide on one of these top 10 bachelor degrees that are the lowest cost, not lowest cost, but lowest paying careers, you have to think about the average cost of attendance. And cost of attendance includes tuition, books, room and board, and, miscellaneous stuff. Maybe you have a car payment, or, you have to get to the place. Maybe you have to take the train, so you're going to be paying a train ticket, or you have to take Lyft. So and I asked this question to ChatGPT, so according to in 2021, we know prices have only going up. It costs $26,820 per year to go to in-state public college, while it costs $43,000 if you're an out-of-state student. So, I think you need to realize these numbers because you're going to be required to pay back, your student loans if you take them out. So just keep that in mind. Keep in mind that, so if you multiply this number by 4, you get 107,000. You multiply the 43,000, you get 173,000. So you're going to start off with that much debt just coming out of college. That's a lot of money, and then that interest starts accruing right away. So, maybe it's 4, 5, 6%. So, 6% of 100,000 is $6,000. So, what I plan on doing is making a video regarding, how you can pay back your student loans, through maybe like a public loan service, what they have out now. So basically you work 10 years in the public sector and your loans will go away. You still have to make payments on them. As of today, there has been a hold on payments. So I recommend everyone who has debt and they're in the public service to enroll in these programs. Public Service Loan Relief Program is what they're called. And like I said, I can make a video about how to enroll in these programs. And, I think if you are, an elementary education teacher, you are doing a service to this country and you deserve not to be this far in debt. So what I'd like to do now is, what I went to is this, it's Fred. So this is put out by the Federal Reserve, and we can see that the median sale price of houses sold throughout the United States. You can see that this number is going up exponential. We had this little blip right here, but still the median cost is basically $437,000. So for you to purchase a house right now, and just imagine this, even on a $40,000 annual income, of affording $436,800 house right now. So that's just a predicament that we're in. So you can see maybe why you want to go towards the top 10 highest paying bachelor degree careers, because then you'll be able to afford, a house. So I went to LendingTree. It says nationwide, the average payment on a new mortgage is $2,317 a month. Now this will vary by a region. So let's just say you want to move to Hawaii or New York City or the San Francisco Bay Area. Yeah, you're going to make a lot more money, and we're going to make a video on this. You may make $90,000, $100,000 a year, but you're going to be spending that money in housing. So, they kind of get you wherever you go. So you just have to make a decision based off of your family, or maybe you're from that area, and you have no choice. But, just make these decisions wisely is what my best advice would be. So the question now becomes, can you afford a house based on the average monthly mortgage payment? So this is what I did here. I took the top 10 lowest paying bachelor degree positions. Even with exercise science, we get $57,430. Well, gross, what I did, how do you get the gross number? You just take this, you take the $57,000 divided by 12, I get $4,786. And then you have to think about this. Now, if you're still in school, you may or may not have thought about this, but what is your take home going to be? Well, your take home pay is how much money are you actually going to see in your bank account? And that's very important because, your take home pay is a lot different than your gross pay, as you can see right here. So, I went to a website called Smart Asset where, you put in, your annual median salary. They'll take out the federal and federal taxes. I did put in Tennessee. Tennessee doesn't have any state taxes. So if you have state taxes, your take home is going to be even less. There are some states out there that don't have any state income tax. One of them is Tennessee. Another one is Texas. You have South Dakota, the state of Washington. I might be missing some other ones, but I know I'm missing some other ones. But there you go. So please take that into account. So your take-home pay may even be less. Like let's say you live in Minnesota or Illinois, where they have higher state income taxes, or California or New York. Then what I did was I took this number right here, the take-home pay, and I looked at, can we afford, what is that compared to our average monthly mortgage payment? So what I did was I took $2,317 divided by $3,398, and I got 68%. So that means, I'm going to get a calculator out real quick. Let me do this for you. Sometimes it's really just good to look at the numbers. So I'm going to take 3,398, and you can do this with me. No, I don't want to do that. I want to take 2,317. No, 3,398. Sorry about that. Minus 2,317, and I get $1,081. So that means every 4 weeks, I know it's going to be a little off because I'm doing a monthly thing, so there is a little bit of more of a multiplier than that. But on average, you're going to take home $1,081. Divide that by 4. That gives you approximately $270 per week to live off of. You divide that by 7. That's $38.60 a day. Well, $38.61 a day to be closer. So you can only imagine, even as the top position on here, you're only going to get roughly if I round it up, $39 a day. Now, if we look at some of these other lower ones like studio art, and what I mean by lower pay, studio arts, human services, elementary education, you can't even afford a house because look at this. You take, this number, $2,241, you're short 3%. On human services, you're short, 8%. And on elementary education, you're short roughly 21% of the necessary, income it takes to afford a median house in America in 2023. So hopefully, we can change this elementary ed. We should push it up. It should go higher than exercise science, in my opinion. That's the importance that, society places on these positions. It does have to change. It can't keep working like this because if you're a teacher, you should be able to afford a house, in the United States, just based off of, how much time and effort that you put into your, into your degree and how much time and effort you put into your career. So, what I did then next was I compared the top 10 lowest paying versus the top 10 highest paying bachelor degrees. So even the exercise science, we're at 57,000. It's way lower than the management consultant of 87,000. So when you go to school, you really should consider, how much money am I going to make? I know money's not everything, compensation is not everything, and it shouldn't be. But you have to be able to afford to live a certain lifestyle, and if you are an elementary education major, and just the other day, I was driving down the street and I was driving past Culver's, and Culver's was paying $17 an hour. So that means Culver's is now paying more money than what an elementary education major is on this median salary. Now it might be a little different in the area I'm living in, but I'm just giving you that as a perspective. If I just take roughly 17, and I'm not saying you're going to get 40 hours, but let's just say you got 40 hours times 52, that's $35,000 a year roughly. So you could make more money just going to Culver's, flipping hamburgers, than you could teaching school children. Just keep that in mind. And what I did then was I compared elementary education to computer and information. There's a 331% difference. That means, someone that is working a job as a computer information scientist, they are making, nearly, you can see this, over $100,000 more than an elementary education teacher. Even the management consultant is making, over 2 times as much as elementary ed. And if we compare the exercise science, the highest one on this list, to the lowest one on the other list, this is a difference of 53%. So that means the management consultant, even though they are the lowest one on the highest paying bachelor degrees, they're still making over 50% more than the exercise science person. So please like and subscribe if you'd like more videos like this in the future. What I'd like to do, put your comments below, how can I make this videos better? What I'd like to do is give the first 5 people that put out in comments, helpful comments, I'd like to give them a free consultation. Please add me to your LinkedIn and we can get that scheduled. So if you want a consultation about, what career path that, you may want to go into, or you need help with your resume or interviewing skills, please put that in the comment. I'll get back with you. And that's all I have for this time. Until next time, this is the guy with the bow tie. Thank you and have a great day.